Mr. Dickens Kamugisha. You deal with energy governance. You've heard what both these panelists have said. Do you agree with them?
Thank you, and Ugandans need to appreciate that. I think from the start we have set our standards very low, and that's why even UMEME will keep on telling us, reminding us our past.
Actually, one of the things that's said in the report is that the reason as to why UMEME seems to be overperforming is because UMEME was given very low targets. Well, let's go back to let's go back to Dickens.
So, if you look at the findings of the Parliamentary Ad Hoc Committee, and you look at even the audit reports of UMEME, and you look at the concessions that were signed with UMEME, you will actually discover that the most important things that they put in these documents, especially the agreements, are the penalties that government should pay to UMEME. You will not find the standards if you, for example, invest $65 million US. What should the Ugandan expect, the Ugandan consumer? What should the Ugandan expect?
But the agreement definitely says what should be expected. UMEME was supposed to reduce losses. UMEME was supposed to connect more people. They increased the number of people. 60,000 was their target. They've gone to more than 200,000. So surely UMEME is performing.
I think that's where we begin from. Because between 2005 and 2009, before actually the Salimsari report and the parliament put pressure, UMEME, actually, the power losses were increased from 27 in 2004-2005 to 38 losses.
Those circumstances beyond their control? At that time, there was a problem at Lake Victoria, and therefore the generation has reduced.
You see, I think what we need to appreciate is that actually UMEME was given a contract on the basis that Uganda had no capacity to ensure efficiency. So the assumption was that UMEME was efficient, it would manage things. In the entire of Africa, it is UMEME that up to now is still give 80% of its connected customers. They go there to read the meter today. The next day they bring the bill. The next day they come to disconnect. Another day they come to reconnect. Other members of UMEME come to actually tamper with the meters.
Dickens,
so
do you want to stay connected when you haven't paid for the electricity?
No, I have no problem with that, because I tell you, yesterday, my office was disconnected. I paid on 29th of November. Yesterday they came and disconnected. I called them. Why?
Okay, Dickens. You called them, right?
Yes.
Yes, and one of the things Henry has said is that they have a team that works 24 hours. So you're confirming that they have a customer care team that actually received your complaint. In the days of UEB, who would you call when your electricity went out?
Gabriel, that's why I'm saying it would be unfortunate that today, in the 21st century, how many years that we admitted that we are not doing well, let's give to a company that is doing well. We compare ourselves with that situation. I think it would be very, very unfortunate. So for me, I think as I conclude on this report, we have to appreciate that actually UMEME cannot solve all the problems of electricity sector in Uganda.
Where were we when UMEME came? Between 2004 and 2006, before UMEME renegotiated with the technocrats we have implicated, losses were between 27 to 28.
Honorable, that is not accurate.
It is accurate from error.
That is not
accurate. Go to error. It is in our report. Losses were a minimum or a maximum of 28%.
Error will also show you, Honorable.
It is a fact. You will answer. Let me finish. No. Let me finish.
Yes.
2. Before UMEME started in 2005, a unit of electricity in your house for domestic consumption, you were paying 171. Today, you are paying 524.5, the highest in the whole world.
Henry, we're going to come over.
No, let me finish.
Honorable, we're going to come to you. Well, at that time, the dollar was also much less than it is today. So let's go to the audience, and then we'll come back to my panel when they've cooled down a little. My audience, let's hear from you. What is your view of UMEME? Quick responses. When the word UMEME is said, what comes to your mind? I'll have the gentleman putting on specs.
I'm Bishop Buyondo, born again faith, Kampala district. When I hear about UMEME, I see people who are trying to employ everybody in Uganda, give them responsibilities, who are not even competent to do what they are supposed to do.
Okay, okay, let's come to a gentleman in the front here. When you hear the word UMEME, what comes to your mind?
Well, for me, when I hear UMEME, surely I'm seeing thieves.
Why? Thieves, why?
Yeah. She told you before UMEME came in,
the Honorable MP,
the price of a unit was less than what
and we also told you that at that time the dollar was not 2,500 shillings.
5 times. If the dollar had risen 5 times like the unit of a price,
yes,
that means by now would be buying it.
At that time, a kilo of sugar was 1,000 shillings, 1,200 marks.
And now,
so should sugar go up
only doubled,
and electricity
and now
stays
it only
down?
Doubled. At 2,500, you can get sugar.
Okay,
you get it.
All right, that's what comes to mind when you hear about UMEME. Let's go to a lady.
My name's Christine Jagwe.
Yes, Christine.
And what comes to my mind, shrewd private investors. That's what comes to my mind.
Private investors.
Shrewd
private investors. Okay. Henry, so many things about UMEME, and the public is telling you what comes to mind when they hear the word UMEME.
I did say...
How do you find yourselves in this place?
I did say that at the very beginning that because we deal with something that's integral to our lives, we are bound to be extremely emotive about it. UMEME is made up of a sum of many institutions. A number of our services are contracted out, and this was part of our concession agreement that we needed to put some of the business in local hands. We have had issues. Remember that we inherited, as UMEME inherited UEB, infrastructure and people. And we do have a number of issues. But we're speaking to Stanbic Bank, which did the same when they took over UCB. We're speaking to URA that made an extensive transformation, and learning from them, how can we transform the mindsets of some of the people within the institution? They are people who have been there for 30 years. They have come with the same, leave my jacket on the chair and go away. They don't have proper customer service. Those are challenges that we have to deal with. And that's why I concede we do have a problem with that.
All right. Thank you very much, Henry.
To the gentleman in front about thieves and
this
links up a bit.
Let's come to that right after this break. We have to take a break right now, so please continue watching our Parliament. Right after the break, we'll be back with more.